Hello, hello. Hi, Pritam, can you hear me?
Yes, sir, I can hear you.
So let's wait for a couple of minutes and we'll start by 8 2. Okay.
Yes, sir.
We'll start it at 8 o'clock. Okay. So let's wait for another 5 minutes. Let's wait for others to join. Okay.
Okay, sir.
And this week there won't be any class. The next class will be next Tuesday. So tomorrow and Monday I have presentation in my office. And this week I'm going to hometown.
Okay, sir.
So I have to
What
plan.
about the weekend class, sir?
Sorry?
Weekend class.
Yeah, weekend also. I'm going to hometown.
Okay.
So from next week we will have continuation classes.
Okay,
Okay.
sir.
Guys, can you confirm that I'm audible and my
Yes, sir.
screen is visible?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So if you see my screen, we have started around creating the calculations, right, yesterday? That's where we stopped with. So what we'll do is, for yesterday, what we have done is we haven't created any date table. So to get this right, we need to have an anchor date. Okay, when I say year to date or last year date, okay, we need to have a date table, and the order ID is something which we will be unable to take as an date table. So what we could do is we could create our own. Just give me a second, guys. We could create our own date table. How we will create? We'll just like any DAX function, we'll create the DAX. Okay. So there are two ways we could create this. Okay. One is an automatic way, okay, where we could create our DAX function by using a simple date function. Okay. It would be like, just give me a second. Let me create that. Okay. But this won't work over here. Let me delete this one. Okay. This is a complex one, guys. Okay. Here we are taking two variables. Okay. And we are adding everything as columns so that everything is defined just like an hierarchy. Now what I'll do is I'll just remove this. Okay. Instead of that, I will create one more thing, date again. Okay. Date equal to, there is a function known as calendar. Calendar. Calendar and calendar auto. Calendar auto also will work as calendar auto. You need not to give anything. Okay. Calendar where we could give start date and end date. So here our start date is something from 2017, right? Sorry, 2015 to 2018, right? So what I will do, I'll give date. So in this date, I need to give year. So again, 2015, comma, 1, comma, 1. So it gives year, month, and the day. Once you give year, month, day, close it. And you need to give end date. End date, what it would be? Again, date. What happened? I had a comma. Okay, comma, date, open and close. In this again, what I need, in this I need to give year. So here my data ends in 2018 February, right? Sorry, January 5. So I'll give 2018, comma, 02, comma, 28, close. So what do you mean by this? If I click and okay, what happened is here I created one more. Okay, okay. Here what I had done is I have created one more, but this is in a different date, guys. Okay, if you see over here, the date is a different one. Okay, if you see, if I click on date, my date starts from 2015, January 1st. Okay, and it goes till, okay, what I could do, I could make it as, short descending. See, it ends at to February 28, 2018. Guys, can you hear me? What is the
Yes, sir.
start date?
First January 2015.
Here we have given the same thing, right? Date, create, calendar, date, and date start and date end. Calendar, you need to give date of start, date of end. The other one would be calendar auto. You just to need fiscal year end month. What would be a fiscal year end month? Month of 12. See what I got over here? Ascending. It starts with 2/1/2023 and give me automatically dates till 1/31/2018. Okay. This is something date auto guys. Okay. So here it is like it will give as per its decision. It doesn't give me uh, which I required. So what we could use date. Instead of this, we could use calendar. Okay. And there is also another way, okay, which is more typical. And here what we are doing is, okay, here we are not creating any, this if you see, whenever we created a measure, we created inside orders table, right? We created inside an orders table, but this time when I have used over a different column. Okay, that means I have created a table itself. Okay, this is a different table where it says it's a date. So here I am getting some error because I have removed this thing. Okay. Now let me show you a different way where we could use date table. Instead of this, I will use date table, guys. Date table. Now here what we are doing is we are creating some variables. Whenever you are creating a variable inside, okay, just give me a second. It's column and table contains blank. One second, let me remove this. Delete from model, delete from model. No worries. So what I'll do is I'll create normally when I'll create a new measure, right? So if you create a new measure, okay, let me show you the difference between this thing. Okay. So when I create a new measure over here, like date is equal to calendar. So after calendar, what I need to give? I need to give date, right? Start date. Oh, I have instead of calendar this thing. Calendar start date would be date of
1
20,
2015.
2015 1 comma 1 and comma date of 2018 February 27.
Yes,
Let's say 28. Close. Okay. Now if you see where we have the date inside the orders table, right? We have the date inside the orders table, isn't it?
yes,
If you see over corner, this is In the orders table, okay, we have date. If I click on date over here, let's say, okay, let it be this one, let it be order date. What happened? Order date, let me take it as order date. What is this? Shipping days, average shipping days. See, I'm not getting over here, but this is a column that we should record. Okay, but let me say if I click over here and take date, why it is not giving? Mid-script normal calculation error, orders date, a table supplied where single loss expected. Okay, let me view this. Okay, order date, calendar. Okay, that's fine. What we'll do is we'll create one more listing. Okay. Uh, so here what we have done, we have created as an same measure, right? Even this won't, whenever we are creating, what you say, previous year or this thing, this won't work basically. Okay, I just want you to show this, it will be inside this one, okay? But what we need to create is, we need to create it as a table, okay? So let me remove this, okay? I will delete from the model. I will use the same thing. Okay, here we have an error, right? Now what I'll do is, instead of this, okay, if you have three right now you have only three. Now what I will do is I'll create one more. I will go to new table. Okay. So I go to table tools. From there I have used a new table. Now for this table, what I will do, I will make it as date. Same. Now I'm taking as date table, right? Let me take it as date table. Okay. The only difference is I given as date table now. Okay. Now let me do this and click on date table. Date table and this one. See, now there is no error, right? We have as expected the previous one. So whenever you are using a date, you need to create as a different table. So once you create a different table, if you want to affect the others, what you need to do, guys? We already discussed it. What we need to do, if we have two different tables, right? If it is, you need to build a relation, right? Then only it will be able to give us a better distance. So if you click on this, okay, and you give a date, what will happen? Let me date, only date. So it gives me January 15 to this thing. See, is this the correct days that I'm looking into? I need to get January 7th over here, right? I don't want to get January 1st to whatever the days that it was able to, because there is no relationship between these two. So how could I do that? Go to modeling, or let's say manage relationships. Okay. Let me go to model view, and where I want to create the relationship. I want to create the relationship between order date. Where is my order date? This is my order date, right? From this order date to date. Now what I'll do, I'll just use this. Okay. And I'll drag this one to order date. So here it says it's a one-dimensional, one-to-many, one-cross filter. But I don't want this. Let me edit this. Go to properties. I select this to one-to-many, make relationship active. I'll make it as both and apply security in both directions. Now see, you have both directions, you have security. Okay, now if you go to your view and see what is the difference between previous date and now the date there. Go to report. Let me refresh the view. First, let me check. There is some problem with the relationship. Date order one, two, many. Okay. Properties. We have only one date over here and one date over here. Cardinal relationship not work. Many to many should be user expecting neither column or date has unique values. Yeah, I have given correctly. So let me make it a single.
So
Sorry.
screen is not working.
Why my date column is empty? Okay. Let me go to date column, date hierarchy. Oh, that's something strange. Hmm. I have dates, right? I'm unable to get this over here. Why it is? Okay, let me do one more relationship. I just made it a single active again. Manage relationship, manage relationship. This is our this order date to date table, date, okay. Edit this. Oh, okay. My format is different, right? Okay.
We are unable to see your screen, sir.
You're unable to see my screen.
Better than
No, sir.
Sorry, guys. Are you able to see my screen now?
Yes, sir.
yes.
Oh, sorry, my bad. Okay. So till when you are able to see the screen, guys? How much time it's been?
Just a few seconds.
Okay. So here we have created a relationship, right? So let me delete it. Okay, for the order date. Okay. Let me go to view. Home. Okay. Let's make this format as listing long date. Okay. Just give me a second. Okay, let me do this thing. Okay, let me create one more this thing. Okay, let me delete this. Let me delete this from the model and we'll create one more data table. Okay, with a where condition different, and we'll see. Okay, what is the difference? Hari, Pritam.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay. So here what we are doing is we are creating a date table, guys. The same thing. We are using create start date and end date. Okay. But what we are using is we are using add columns. Okay. So this is our primary. This we already know, right? Calendar start date and end date,
Yes.
right? Now what we are doing is we are creating columns like year, month, month name, quarter, date of week. Okay. So these are the different columns that we are creating under the calendar, and this will be coming under add columns. And over here, what we are doing is instead of directly giving start date and end date over here, we are creating two variables. Variable one, which is start date, and this is our start date. This is exactly same that we created right over here, and we are creating end date over here. So next time, if I want to change my end date, I could change at the variable level, and it will be giving my latest end date. Okay. Now I could make this as 2018 February 28 as per our previous listing. Okay. Now let me let's till date only. No worries. Now if we click OK, what will happen? It will create me a new date table. Now let me go to see now I have these dates. Okay. Again the same dates, guys. Okay. Now what I'll do is let me go to make modeling. Sorry, modeling and manage relationships. Okay, I will create a new relationship. Okay, I will try to get auto detect this. It won't detect. They haven't detected. Okay. Now I want to create it new. This is another way where we could use. Okay, what I need to give? I need to give date table, and second one would be or from orders. It should be order date, right?
Yeah.
See, whenever the cardinality is not possible, okay, it will automatically give you another guess. One too many too many too many is not possible. One too many is possible. One to one is not possible. Many to one is not possible. So what it is possible? One to many. So you could give both directional. Apply security filter in both direction. Click OK. Close. Go here. Okay. Again we have the same. Let me edit this relationship. Oh, interview. Only one side. I don't think it should be one side. Date of week. Correct only. Uh, one too many. Make this relationship active. Make both. Okay. Here we have a single day. Okay. Here also we'll be having a single day. Okay, then I will check this. Okay, normally it should not happen. Okay. Okay. So let me use what that this thing is. Okay. One second. Let me look after the hey date and take your 229.86. Correct. Okay. Here we have the hierarchy, right? So we are getting exactly how we required. Okay. Now what we could do is we'll create a calculation. Okay, on top of it. Let me. That is my previous calculation. We tried to create a YTD calculation yesterday, right? Now what I will give date table, comma, total sum of order sales, sum of order sales, date table of date, Total weightage, syntax is incorrect. Okay. Sum of, okay. Total unit out of sales. Yes, here this will get blank guys. Okay, anyway, because what do you by year to date? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
What do you mean by YTD guys? Hello? Yes, come on, what do you mean by YTD? Year to date is something between this month start to this month, sorry, this year start to till date, right? That means 1st January 2024 to August 7, 2024, isn't it? Hello.
Yes, sir.
So do we have
Hello.
the data inside us? We don't have the data, right?
Yes.
So that's why we'll be getting this blank days, okay? Because this is just I want to show you the formula, okay? And we will see a couple of schemas, guys, okay? So whenever you're building a relationship, right? And you already looked into schemas in SQL, right?
Yes.
So how many types of schemas you have, guys? Hello? How many types of schemas we have?
Two, three types.
Three types, okay, basically. What are these? What are those, guys? What are the types of this thing? Schemas that are available. One is a flat schema, okay, where you will have a single table with all the columns that you require, just like an order table. When you have order table and everything is inside the order table, when you don't require anything from people's or returns or date table, then it is considered as a flat schema. That means everything is okay. Everything is defined in a single listing. Oh no. Okay. Sorry, yes, I thought I have shared. I have bought this. Okay, that's fine. So here, if you have only orders table, right? What I will do, I'll just take, let's say, a flat scuba looks like this, guys. Okay. Um, are you able to see this? This is a flat
Yes,
schema.
sir.
Everything is in single listing. Okay. And why it is not preferred? I mean, basically, it is very much easy for you. Okay, because everything that you required is just drag and drop, nothing else. Okay. If everything is in order table and there are no relationship, nothing complex, what you could do is you could directly just drag and drop the things and you will be able to get whatever the things that you required, right? Isn't it?
Yes.
Right or no? If everything is in order,
Yes,
let's
sir.
say if I want order date and sales, you'll directly go and give order date and sales. If I want to know shipping days, you need to only use shipping days, average shipping order. Everything comes from only from the orders table. So it is easy for you to build. Why? Because everything comes from a single table, no need to have a relationships. Okay, nothing required, and it is easy for you to Just drag and drop. You don't need to understand the cardinality. What is the relation between this? Whether you need to filters. Okay, it's not too much complex. It is too much straightforward. Okay, you don't need to understand the cardinalities also. Okay, now this is a flat schema, but when there is a problem with this schema, if you have nearly 15 rows or let's say 100 rows of data, these rows will be duplicated because you will be having more repetitive values in this schema. Okay, because when say if you are having order ID is a unique number, right?
Yes.
Customer name. When you have both these things, customer name will be repetitive for each order ID, right? If the customer has ordered 5 times, so you will need to have 5 different rows in all the tables. Okay, that means instead of sharing, if it is in order table, okay, where you have order ID and in customer table you have customer, so only in order ID you will get all the orders, but the customer details should not be replicated twice. Okay, this basically optimizes the data. So that is one major problem that we'll be able to see inside a flat schema. And the second one would be known as star schema. So the model that you are seeing right now, this is a star schema. Why it is a star schema? There is a single fact table. The orders have the facts, right? Total sales, profit, and everything is over here. And these were connected. This table is connected to multiple dimension tables. The people's returns date table. These are different dimension tables connected into a single fact table. What is this schema known as? Come on, guys. What is the schema known as? Hello.
Right, sir.
What is the schema known as? Snowflake schema. Sorry, star schema. This looks like a
Star.
star where it was centric and everything dimension is towards it. Okay, every relation builds on the basis of single fact table. Okay, there is something known as snowflake schema. Snowflake schema is, okay, let me show you snowflake. If you see, there are multiple dimension tables. Okay, here one is fact sales. From this fact sales, it is going to dimension customers. From the customers, customer city, customer country, dim date, date again go to month and quarter. So if you see in our table, we have inside the date only we have month and quarter, isn't it? But now it was divided again into different these things. From there, if you see the major difference over here is there could be multiple fact tables or the fact tables relationship derived from different dimension tables. Okay, so here this is level 1 dimensions which connected to level 2, from level 2 to fact table. Here these things, these three connected to level 2, these are level 3, and this is a level 1 fact table, level 2, level 3. Okay, so here it is not directly connected to a single fact table. Here, you could also have multiple fact tables, guys. Okay. Here we have only single fact table. You could have multiple fact tables, and the relationships or the cardinalities could be derived from various dimension tables. Okay. So if you in an interview, okay, basically this would be an interview question. How many schemas that you have? You could say that there are three schemas: flat schema, staff schema, and snowflake schema. So if someone asked you which one is a better schema out of these three, what would be these guys? What would be the best option for you? Pritam,
Snowflake
Hari,
schema.
Which one?
Install
Snowflake.
Snowflake. Okay. Hari, Rupender,
star schema.
star schema. Okay. Guys, it depends upon this thing, guys. Okay. Either you could say star schema or snowflake schema. Don't go with flat schema. Okay. Flat schema, we won't even work. Okay. Depending upon your data, fact tables. Okay. If you have multiple fact tables and data is more massive in nature, then go to snowflake schema. Okay. Go to star schema when there is an average data with a single fact table. Okay. Whenever you have a huge database, okay, it is always better to go to Snowflake schema, but understanding the Snowflake schema is more difficult for you and your client. So this is one constraint that you need to understand even before you building a Snowflake schema. Okay. What is the, I mean, for query and everything, it is more easy, guys, but to understand Snowflake schema is more distinct. Okay, let's say in this table from the order ID, I want to get this quarter sales. Okay, how you will be writing an SQL query? Just a normal perception. I don't require any this thing is okay. Where are the joins required? So if you want to get these two, you need to build a relation between these three, right? That means you need to connect these two and these two. So you need to create one join over here with product ID or here we have purchase. That means purchase date. With purchase date, you need to create one. And with purchase quarter ID, you need to create one more over here. Then only you will be able, out of two these relationships, you will be able to create one. And that also you need to ensure which join you need to use. Okay. If there is a wrong join on wrong relationship, again it won't give the exact data that you required, isn't it? So what are the common items between these two guys? Let's say, what is the common in between these two? If you want to make a join
ID,
from dim
city
customers
ID,
to customer city, dim country. So
customer
for here it is city ID. For this is country ID.
country ID.
Okay. So you need to connect these two as based on customer ID. And if you want to know the customer country name, you need to again join these two. Then only you'll be able to get the country name of the order of the purchasing customer of the particular customer ID.
Customer
Okay,
ID.
this is yeah, this is a bit complex. Yes, whenever if you have a single fact table, we always suggest to go for a star schema. But whenever you have multiple fact table and there is a huge data, you need to go for a snowflake schema. And star schema is also not that compatible whenever you have millions of data. Okay, because it will break. I mean, the relationships or not be more supportive, or even you will be getting more duplicates. Okay, but in snowflake schema there is no chance that you could get any duplicates, guys. Okay, there won't be any repetitive data at any place. So mostly we'll be also using snowflake schema, guys. Okay, in the next class we'll see how we from the snowflake schema how could we derive. We derive only YTD today, right? So YTD doesn't work because we don't have the data, because YTD means current year starting date to ending date. We won't get this. Okay. Now, when we have data, we have around 2018, right? So if I want to, okay,
Yes,
where
sir.
is YTD? Let me go to YTD. So let's say how many days we have, how many years we have passed from 2018? Nearly 7 years. date table, it's not give because it's 7 days, guys. Okay. But if you look at the previous year date or something like that, then you will get the even last 7 years data, guys. Okay. We'll see that in the next class. Okay. We'll see how we go. Here the date is already passed, right? Because the current day, the existing day we have is only 2018 January 2nd. Okay. So we'll see how you could get 2017 data, 2016 data as your previous year and next year. Okay. In the next class. Okay. Tomorrow and Monday I have some meetings, yes. So we will be probably meeting on Tuesday. Okay. I'll upload the recordings and also share this schema related document in the uh, SharePoint, sorry, in the Google Drive, guys. Okay. Any questions?
No.
Try to create the date table, guys, and work it on as you have a couple of days, right? In case if you have any doubts, you could share with me on Tuesday.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you, guys. Any questions?
Sir.
No. Not.
Okay. Do you practice, guys, and let me know. Thank
Okay,
you.
sir.
We'll meet on Tuesday.
Yeah, sure. Have a good day.
Bye, guys.